Man, I cannot wait for Rick and Morty Season 4. I am so excited. I wish there was something out there for me to just latch onto and completely overanalyze. Oh, hell yeah. Welcome back to the Roundtable, I'm Nemo, and if you are a fan of Rick and Morty, these last few months have been pretty exciting. We got the final definitive release date for Season 4, which has been long awaited. We've gotten some episode ideas in the mix, and today, on this historic day, we received first photos from Season 4. Yeah, we did it, everybody. Our wait is kind of worth it, sort of. That's right, it's not much, but Rick and Morty just released 2 official photos from Season 4. This is the first time we've seen anything physical from Season 4 besides just episode concepts, so this is really exciting. So without further ado, let's just look over these 2 images and try to figure out what's going on and maybe if there's any clues about Season 4 that we can take from them. The first photo is Rick looking as blissful as I've ever seen him. He is on this beautiful alien planet with this gorgeous sunrise or sunset, I don't know. There's this beautiful fauna and grass. It looks like he just finished snapping away half the universe and he's about to take a vacay. You can see in the background there's Rick's ship, and it looks like he's walking towards something, although his eyes are closed, so maybe he's just walking into this world. It almost looks as if he just jumped out of his ship and kind of like let loose. He's just walking wherever. Really taking the time to smell the roses, which is very unlike Rick. In fact, it's very unlike Rick to smile or look this happy, so I don't know. One thing to note is that he is alone in this photo, which makes me wonder a lot about what's going on. If you zoom in on the ship in the background, there's no one else in the cockpit where he'd usually have Summer or Morty. So this is definitely a Rick solo mission. I'm not sure why or what he's going towards, or if there even is a mission. Maybe he just parked here for a little R&R, which makes me wonder, why would Rick need R&R? And why isn't he with his family? But that's really all there is to this photo. There's a planet up there. I don't know what planet that's supposed to be. I just thought I'd mention it. And finally, the second photo is a lot darker. It shows Rick cornered by these sort of robo-alligator things. They look very similar to like the Vindicators. Some of them have fallen over. There's a robot that's sort of torn apart, so you can tell Rick is in the middle of a skirmish right now. They all have their weapons drawn towards him. It looks like they just cornered him and he's sort of like, okay, you got me. Like, what do you want? They appear to be on some sort of futuristic like alien planet. Maybe this looks like a base. I'm pretty certain these are Vindicators, but they're not exactly the same, which raises a lot of questions. There's this weird green smoke in the background. I don't know if that's like a weapon Rick used or just like smoke debris from the fight that just went down. I noticed there's also fire on the ground. I'm not quite sure what that robot is because there's nothing else like it in the frame, whereas the alligators are very repetitive. I'm pretty sure this one's just a copy and paste of the other one, I'm not gonna lie. So those are all the obvious things in the photo, but then there's some stuff that's not so obvious. For instance, again, Rick is completely alone, which is something he never is. Like seriously, in every episode of Rick and Morty, unless something's happening, Rick's either with Morty or he's with Summer or another member of the family. Rick does not go solo. He always has a sidekick. The fact that he's alone in both of these photos makes me think that it's probably the same episode. That would just make sense. Assumably maybe the first episode to be released. And these photos give me a pretty good idea of maybe what's happening. My guess is either Rick is alone because he left the family. I mean, season 3 ended with them laughing at him. And although that season ended with Rick choosing to stay with his family, despite him having to do things he didn't want to do, like letting Jerry back into their life, he chose them over being alone. Though here, he is alone, so I wonder if maybe he realized that wasn't what he really wanted, and in a petty act of aggression, he just left his family and said, okay, if they want me gone and I want to be gone, I'm just gonna leave. And this is his first Rick solo adventure. Maybe he realizes in this episode that he needs Morty and he ends up going back with them, or something like that. It would make sense the second he left his family, just go somewhere peaceful. He's like, I don't need them. But then eventually he gets sucked back into a Rick level adventure, and he realizes he's in over his head without Morty or the rest of the family. This would actually be a pretty great episode and a great first episode for the season. I can't imagine a better setup for the season or just for the characters in general. Though there's one more theory I have with these screenshots. Perhaps Rick is looking for the family. It would make more sense with the way season 3 went. Rick decides to stay with his family, and if something happens to them, like they get kidnapped, whereas maybe in the past he would just go to a new dimension and ditch them, now he's looking to find this specific family in this specific dimension. I'm not sure how that would explain the peaceful planet, but it definitely would explain the second shot where maybe he has to go to this alien base thing to get his family back or attempt to find his family. Either way, he looks determined, like he is on a mission here, whether it's running away or running towards the Smith family. There's one more thing I noticed in this image. If you look to the right bottom corner, this little patch of rocks. I'm just kidding though, there's nothing there. I really do wonder who that robot is. Maybe the robot is like a sidekick Rick tried to make himself, but he realizes it's not as good as Morty. Either way, this fits in with the episodic nature of Rick and Morty, where Rick searching or running away would be the A plot, and then the B plot would be the Smith family wherever they are, whether it be back on Earth or kidnapped kidnapped somewhere, and it just makes a lot of sense. At the end of the day, it's Rick and Morty, and there's so many ways that this could go. There's no way to predict what's going on just from 2 screenshots. I mean, they're not even that revealing screenshots. If anything, they're just super confusing, which I feel like the Rick and Morty team chose on purpose. I like the idea of them exploring more alien worlds, though. I feel like Rick and Morty didn't do that enough. I feel like that's when Rick and Morty was at its best, when it was really digging deep into those sci-fi storylines and that incredible world building that it was really good at. The fact that they're going to more planets and developing more worlds like that, I mean, it's just gonna be great, and it gets me extra excited for season 4. I just can't wait to see what they do, and it's cool to have some screenshots out already to get us extra hyped. But I want to turn the question over to you guys. Did you look at these pictures? What do you think is in them? I'm only human, so if there's anything I missed, please let us know in those comments down below, or tweet to us at Roundtable Vids, or me at @StretchOrNemo. Let us know your own theories about these images. If you want to consider helping out the Roundtable, you can support us on Patreon and give us exclusive access to scripts and avatars. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. As always, guys, I'm Nemo. This is a Rick and Morty video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.